Hello everyone, I'm Victoria and today I'd like to give you my review of The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. So just to let you know, this is a young adult sci-fi book and it is a standalone, which is a rarity these days, so that's kind of something fun and exciting. Just a quick little synopsis. Diabolics are basically genetically engineered beings that are made to protect one particular person, and they are kind of bonded to that person. In this case, we have Nemesis is the Diabolic, and Sidonia is the person that she is meant to protect. Sidonia is summoned to the Galactic Senate by the Emperor, and it's probably gonna result in her death, and so Nemesis decides to go in her stead. And so we have what happens in court. I enjoyed this. Honestly, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Is it a perfect novel? No. There are definitely some flaws in it, absolutely. But because I enjoyed it, I gave it a 4 out of 5. So a few things that I really liked about this. First of all, it's a standalone, yay. And it's a YA sci-fi. I don't think there's that many of those. I also really liked how dark this was. I have a huge issue with assassins that don't assassinate in YA literature. So many times we're told that somebody is a badass and then they're just a whiny little baby. So I really liked that this was in fact, no, dark and people get killed and yep, our characters are definitely in that moral gray area, and so I really appreciated that, and I really liked that the author went there with it. We weren't just told, we were shown that these characters were not the greatest role models, perhaps. So that was really good. The other thing that I liked about it was kind of the world that was created. It was interesting. It was a little bit different. It reminded me of the last days of the Roman Empire, but in space. So that was interesting. We also had some kind of interesting philosophical musings when Nemesis was kind of discovering her humanity, and she's figuring out, are her emotions, have they been suppressed? Has she actually had them all along? What's the meaning of being human? So some interesting things, some interesting themes are raised in this, and I appreciated that. Things that I thought could have been done a little bit better. Those themes that I talked about, they aren't explored very much. They're brought up and then they're kind of pushed aside. So while I applaud the book for asking some interesting questions, I also have to kind of deduct some points from it because it doesn't really delve into it. And the same thing with the world building. There's an interesting world set up where they're using technology, but the ruling religion is like, no, you can use the technology, but can't actually understand it. So that's it. I mean, it's an interesting critique on today's society and everything. But again, we don't really get to hear more in depth about that religion, why they feel that way. Why is it okay to have genetically engineered beings protect other people, and you can use that technology, but you can't understand it. So I feel like it just kind of missed the mark on that. But overall, I really enjoyed it. The thing that I love the most about it was definitely a political book that was set in like a court setting. Essentially, you've got the emperor and the different senators, and Nemesis, the Diabolic, really has to be on her game all of the time and pretend that she is actually Sidonia. And it's just really interesting, the political chess that gets played in this, and I really enjoyed that quite a bit. So overall, I liked it. I felt like it was a little too shallow, a little too surface for my taste. I would have liked more world building, more exploration of those themes. And really, this is such a fast read. I swear I read it in a day. It's like, it's only 400 pages, which sounds like a lot, but the font is huge and it's like double spaced. So there was definitely room for more in this book. I really wanted more. So I would say technically it's probably more about like a 3.5 stars, but because I really enjoyed it, I gave it 4 stars. The other thing that I do want to mention is the writing in this. It's fine, it's adequate, it's perfunctory, but I will say that it kind of works because it is first person told from Nemesis's point of view. It isn't very verbose. There's not a lot of flowery language. It's very simple, and it makes sense though from a character standpoint because she hasn't been trained. She doesn't have the education. What she has is the ability to protect Sidonia. She hasn't really had any education. She wouldn't have even known how to read, I think, if it weren't for Sidonia. So I will give a pass on the writing in this, despite it not being perfect. I don't think it should have been because of who was telling the story. So just a little side note on that. But overall, again, enjoyable, 4 out of 5. I liked it. That is all. Thank you for watching and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.